Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar, coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into the Lord is in control. The Lord is absolutely in control. So what you're seeing right now with prophecy, as far as we're just waiting on two major prophecies to happen before our Lord and Savior gets here, and tramples these heathens and these Edomites. We're waiting on that chip to be made mandatory, which is also the new digital currency, the MOTV, which is instructed by the Lord to us not to take, and World War III. And a big prophecy, a major warning from the Lord is He's telling us that He's going to use these ICBMs, these supersonic missiles, these ballistic missiles to judge the earth, and He's going to have Russia start this thing off. You can get that Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 11 and Isaiah chapter 13 verse 17. When the Lord says He's going to raise up the spirit of the Medes, He's talking about the Russians. Because not, the Medes, the Persians, the Medes back in the ancient world. Right now, the Medes, the current day Medes. So who's reigning right now where the Medes used to rule? Over there in Russia. Alright, so the Lord is going to use Russia to get this thing going. Absolutely. You see, that's why, Putin just made that remark, of missiles. And now NATO and U.S. is on high alert. See that? Because the Lord is working with Putin. Okay, He's not on his side, but He's going to use him. Just like He's going to use Esau, to bring martial law, crash the FRNs, bring in, chaos and all that, the guillotines. Same thing. The Lord controls everybody, but the Lord is going to use Putin. His portion is going to be firing off those missiles first. He's going to be the main one, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to get that nuclear war started. He's not going to be shy. He's not going to hesitate. Joel chapter 2 verse 1 through 11. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. So that's what the Lord has His prophets doing. Blowing the trumpet, meaning warning you. Alert. There's trouble. Caution. And sound an alarm in my holy mountain. A separate government, because we're separate. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. So everybody that lives on the earth, tremble for the day of the Lord. So forget the bankers. The Lord's coming. For the day of the Lord cometh. For it is nigh at hand. See, because He's coming. See, and He's not going to play games. The Lord don't play games like Esau. The Lord, He just gets right to it. When the Lord gets here, He's not even going to say any words. As soon as the Lord gets here, He's going to start slaying and turning people into powder. 100%. 100%. People that doubt, well, they're just going to have to roll with the punches. But Russia is definitely going to be the main one to get this nuclear war started. See, so does it matter? It's not like, the prophets go out there and just look at people and say, excuse my Italian, okay, but we're going to go a little raw today. Okay, we're going to go a little, straight, no chaser. Excuse my Italian, but, when the prophets are out there, they don't, look at people and say, oh, look at that shithead or look at that moron, because when the prophets are telling you that nuclear war is on the horizon, and when people just say, no, it's not, it's just like, we look at them like they're fools. It's not that we just look like, oh, we got it, we're smart, you're dumb, ha ha. It's just that you're willingly being ignorant, You're going to die in your ignorance because you haven't even searched the facts yet. And look at the war and nuclear conversations are literally happening right before our eyes. And people are still like, You see? So that's why it's not just like, oh yeah, we got it, we're the shit. Nah, it's just, this is what the Lord's saying, because we don't even know if we're going to make it. You dig? So this is why when the Lord, when sometimes when the prophets would tell people that they're retards, it's not just like look at them like, oh, look at this, you know, this dude's a retard, he's a moron, look at this shithead, you know, look at this jackass. No, it's just because of your actions, you know, because these are plain facts right out our doorsteps, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give all questions. When people do that, then, you know, the words come out like, well, look, well, you know, it's like, well, what else can we say? You know, what else can the Lord say? Because it's the Lord's words, you know? See? A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong there hath not ever been. There hath not been ever like, neither shall there be any more after, to the years of many generations. Because there's never going to be another day like this. You know, the Lord's arrival is major. It's major. Verse 3, we're going to go down to the 11th verse. Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The rockets, ICBMs, because the front is the nuclear warheads, and the back there's a fire, there's a flame, because there's the rocket, you know, to launch it. You need fuel, you know, to launch it from what? From one continent to the other. That's why they're simply called ICBMs, Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. And they will be fired off, ladies and gentlemen. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Right, because these missiles don't spare, you know, we're going to go straight raw today. They don't spare children. They don't spare women. They don't spare cats. They don't spare dogs. You know, they don't spare grandpa. They don't spare grandma. Because when these missiles hit, you know, the fire don't just, oh, hey, you know what, let me just go around this person. Let me go around that person. No, when those missiles hit, it's total annihilation, total devastation and destruction. It will make whatever that's in its path flat and desolate. Absolutely. And behind them a desolate wilderness. See? Yea, and nothing shall escape them, nothing, because those missiles are the cherry on top. So with that being said, let's stop right there for a sec. You know, that's why the Lord tells us, even through our apostles and elders on down, that, you know, these things are going to be fast. Remember, when Esau starts rolling with his martial law, guillotines, all that, it's going to be real fast. It's not going to be years and years and, you know, all this. No, it's going to be quick, because look at Putin, you know, China, North Korea, you know, they're getting antsy. They're getting ready to fire off those ICBMs. See that? So once Esau starts to, you know, there's civil war in America, you know, there's famine, you know, remember cannibalism, people fighting neighbor against neighbor. It's not going to be like, you know, years and years of a terrible time. It's going to be fast, because the Lord wants to get you guys out of here. So yes, you know, Esau, he does have the halftime show. He does have the stage for a little while, but that's only against the wicked. Remember, the righteous, you guys are going to be covered. Only some of you guys, he will grab up, because you guys will be martyrs. But some of you guys, remember, Esau's going to grab you up, but that's just for the Lord can send in the Calvary. You know, he can send in the rescue team, and he can show miracles. Yep. You know, the Lord might have certain brothers get captured just so he can activate that brother, and that brother can destroy that whole team, the whole troop by himself. In fact, this is how the Lord is he's gonna show his works through his men, and his men are gonna glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, absolutely. So with that being said, you can see how Putin, these leaders up there, you know, they're getting ready with their missiles. So it's just showing you whatever's going to take place up here, you know, in America. Remember, this New World Order, you know, the collapse of the FRNs, you know, the financial system's is on a decline. You know, it's failing. You have these, you know, you're going to have these proxy wars, these civil wars, you know, UN troops here scattered across America. It's not going to be long, because just look, those ICBMs, you know, they're on their way. So it's not going to be, you know, a long time. So that's why those of you that do have to get locked up, because there's some of you that are part of the elect, you guys will have to go to, you know, black sites, special jails. Oh yeah, because if Esau, you know, the top elites, if they think that you're part of the 144, yeah, you won't go to like general population. You're gonna go to like special prisons, like that movie X-Men. Remember they had like special jails. You're gonna go to like a special like jail. Yeah, but it's all right. The Lord got you guys. You know, but just it's just food for thought. Don't bug out and be like, oh man, I wonder if I'm gonna be in here for years and years. No, remember, the missiles are coming, and so are the Lord. So it's gonna be no more than 6-7 months. It won't be that long, because once they make that chip mandatory, we don't got no more than 7-8 months here, and the Lord's gonna arrive. So we're right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not to act like a smart aleck and be like, well, the Lord's coming anyway, ha ha. No, just keep that in your mind. Just keep it real. Walk with dignity and integrity, and just know in the back of your mind. That way it gives you a peace of mind. You're like, you know what? The Lord told me this through his prophets. Like, you know what? It's not going to be that long. So whatever I got to endure, F it, because the Lord's right here. So why sell out? Why break when the Lord's right here saying it's all right? Remember, this is his program. He's just, and those of you that got to go certain places, it's not like a coincidence, like, damn, why did it have to be me? I knew it. No, the Lord's like, that's your test. This brother, he has a different test. This brother, he has a different test. This sister, because, shout out to the good, women out there. The daughters of Zion, you're very beautiful, you're very strong. I got your back, absolutely. Straight up, We're not just fighting for the men out here. We're fighting for you women and children as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to know that. And, so whatever, a believer, the hopeful elect, whatever they got to go, that's their test. That's because every brother and sister has a certain test. No one's going to go through the same thing, because you got different spirits. But remember, those who have to get hindered up and stuff like that, they're going to be able to handle it. So yeah, of course you can pray for them, but don't get too down, because you got to know that, that person is strong, and the Lord is going to have that person go through that, because that person can handle it. The scriptures tell us that the Lord is not going to put nothing on us, nothing more than we can handle. So if you're going through it, you can handle it. Straight up, see? So of course it's not going to feel good, like, damn, hey, they got their brother, they got him, or whatever, they take him to a black site or a special jail. Hey, throw your prayers up and just, hold it down, and just know that the Lord's with that brother or sister, that person has a strong spirit on them to go through it, even if they have to get their head chopped off. Remember, the Lord's not going to, have that brother and sister set up to be destroyed. That person's going to be strong all the way to the end. Joel chapter 2, verse 4. Now this is going to the appearance. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, because horses represents power. It's talking about the missiles. As horsemen, so shall they run. Yeah, you guys ever been to horse races? Once those horses, take off, once they open those doors, those horses they're gone, baby. They're gone. Like, boom, it's on. Just like those missiles. Once they're launched off, they're gone. Like verse 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Verse 6. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. Right, so meaning once people know that they get that alert, this is not a test. Russia, China, NATO, even North Korea have shot off ICBMs and is headed over here to America. Your faces are going to be, you're going to be in total awe, like, damn, That's what I was talking about. People are going to be in pain, people are going to be crying, gather blackness, because you're going to be just still like, no, like, it's real, because that announcement will happen that, it's not a test, that ICBMs are headed towards the U.S. and Israel. Facts. And different parts of the earth, but we know for sure America and Israel will be nuked, 100%. This is why this is why right now it's crunch time. It's crunch time. Not Captain Crunch, but your cereal, huh? Yeah. No, it's crunch time. Because you have to plug in Now it's time to tighten up, make the adjustments and get this word. It's not like you just have to get all hysterical and, oh my gosh. No, just, hey, baby, just get your notes together, get what you can, learn what you can, and just take it day by day. Poco y poco, mija. Poco y poco, mija. See, you don't gotta be all, I gotta know everything. What else was it? And, hey, chill out, baby. Relax. You're gonna have yourself a heart attack, man. Just relax. They shall run like mighty men. Oh, okay. So right here, Joel chapter 2, verse 7. This is, when the missiles are launched off. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march, meaning that they're going to come into the other countries, atmospheres. And right here, America, they don't really have like a defense against those ICBMs. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks, because they're not going to malfunction. The angels are going to be with those missiles, so they're not going to veer off to the ocean, veer off course. No, they're going to go hit their mark. Neither shall one thrust one another. Yeah, because they're not going to bump into each other, No. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city, and shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter at the widows like a thief. Verse 10, Joel chapter 2, verse 10. The earth shall quake before them, because the whole earth's going to shake, because all these missiles are going to be shot off at the same time. Millions of missiles at the same time. Millions of nuclear warheads. Imagine. The heavens shall tremble, the earth. The sun and the moon shall be dark. Not meaning that they're going to shut off their light. It just means that you're not going to be able to see them, because from all the smoke. Remember, because you're going to have World War taking place, civil wars, and then the missiles too. So you're gonna have a lot of smoke, from burning buildings, burning cars, burning people, burning lands. So it's gonna be so much smoke in the air that you're not gonna be able to see it. And the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yeah, it doesn't mean that the Lord's gonna shut off their lights, just meaning that the sky's gonna be so dark with so much smoke that you're not gonna be able to see. Because remember like 9/11? How when those two buildings fell down, remember how much smoke there was and dust? That was two buildings, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, imagine a whole country being nuked. We're talking a lot of smoke. Like you're not even gonna be able to see. Dark, dark. And then the Lord being here too with angels, zapping people to powder. It's gonna be a horrible, frightening day, ladies and gentlemen. Look how bad 9/11 was. That was horrible. Imagine those two buildings. Look how bad it was. Okay, imagine a whole continent, and that's facts. Imagine. Think about that for a second. Wait a minute. Just think about that for a sec. And that's reality. Joel chapter 2, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. So that's key point. This is one of the main scriptures what I wanted to bring out to you today. Because these are the Lord's missiles. So those you say, well, how do you know they're the Lord's missiles? This is how right here. Joel chapter 2, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. So the Lord is the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies. So he has Esau, as he's a sword, but of the Lord. But on the left-hand side, the Lord has the angels. The Lord has the 144. The Lord has the angels and the demons out here. He can use weather. He can have these animals attacking people. How many of you guys been seeing, like bears showing themselves around neighborhoods and stuff? Digging through people's trashes and stuff. See, because the Lord's getting these animals ready. They're going to start attacking people. Facts, just brace yourself. Put your seatbelt on. Hold on. For his camp is very great, because there's a whole lot of nuclear missiles out there, supersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, and whatnot. For he is strong that executeth his word. It is his word. He's very strong. He's not weak. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. It's going to be a terrible day. Great. And who can abide it? Because who can survive that? Who can survive that? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand, that's Yahushua, that bendeth the bow. His arrows, see that? Key point, his. Okay, it doesn't mean the nations, his. So all these ICBMs, they're the Lord's. Yeah, you nations and you scientists, you're building them, but they're the Lord's. This is why those of you that are really in the military, you know, that really know about it, you guys work in nuclear bases, you know, you guys will see UFO sightings constant, you know, so-called UFOs or so-called UAPs. But those are the angels making sure that you're getting the Lord's missiles ready. And the Lord demands the perfection. Why do you think Kim Jong-un and North Korea and Russia, that's why they're constantly testing their missiles? Okay, because that's not really ultimately them. That's the Spirit of the Lord making sure, hey, make sure these things are perfect. So when it's time for judgment, you know, the Lord's going to have the angels have these leaders press the button. And I mean, this technology is really good. You know, they're going to hit their target, but the angels are also going to grab those missiles to make sure that they're going to go exactly where the Lord says. So the angels are going to be guiding these missiles. So no one's going to stop them, you know, because there's going to be divine intervention that's also going to grab them, because this technology, Esau's technology is already on top, you know, because the Lord blessed them with that. But the Lord is going to have the angels grab those missiles, so it's going to be even that much more intense. It's going to be that much more accurate and precise, because the angels are going to grab them and make sure, like, no, these things are going to work properly. They're not going to malfunction. They're not going to veer off to the side, you know, have a little detour, bump into each other, go into the ocean. No, they're going to go and hit their mark. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand, Yahushua, who the world stubbornly calls Jesus Christ, because they follow blindly without researching. You know, not putting you down, you know, because I thought his name was Jesus Christ at one point in time, you know, but that was before I researched, you know. So it's, you know, it's no harm, no foul. I mean, those of you that don't research, you know, you're assuming that that's his name, but, you know, do a little research, check it out. That's all we're saying. We're just, hey, you know, do your own research. You know, don't just, oh, hey, I don't believe those guys, and, you know, how should we just believe you? You know, we're not saying just to believe us. You know, we're giving you the truth, and the Lord is encouraging you to do your own research. Fact check what we're saying is real. That way you can help be convinced. You can help seal your faith. See? You know, so it's not like, oh, just believe us. If not, you know, forget y'all. No, it's, hey, you know, look it up. Look up what we're saying, you know, and see if it don't add up, you know? Remember, it's up to you to make the call. It's your money. Use it when you need it. Remember that commercial? 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Key point, his arrows. See that? His, meaning because they're the Lord's. These are the Lord's. The missiles belong to the Lord's. This is why the angels will kind of mess with your radar. Those of you in the military around the world that work at those nuclear bases, you know, you'll see often so-called UFO sightings. They'll mess with your guys' like radar. They'll turn on the buttons and all that. It's just because the Lord is just showing you these are my missiles, baby. You know? Not saying that you scientists, you guys are not working hard. Not saying that you guys are not smart, but divine intervention is taking place. Whether, you know, you think that, oh, no, we did it. Okay, yeah, you guys did do it. You guys did do it, but by the inspiration of the Lord and the angels are putting those thoughts in your mind as you sleep. Facts, you know, not saying that you guys are not working hard, that you guys are not smart, you know, not at all. You know, we know you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into them, but there's divine intervention happening. It's just a FYI, that's all, you know. You know, just, you know, keep on doing what you do, you know. Go get them, Tiger. All right. His arrows, see that? His arrows, because they're his, that shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So what arrows do you know that can be shot from one end of the earth to the other? They're the ICBMs. See, they're his arrows. So that's key point. That was 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 13, by the way. You know? So now, follow me. We're going to go back to the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 30 and 31. And I will show wonders in the heavens. This is why the world is seeing the so-called UFOs, the so-called UAPs. You know, they call them UAPs out there in, you know, UK, the EU, and all that, Europe. Out there, they're known as UAPs. You know, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Over here in the West is so-called UFOs, unidentified flying object. You know, but sometimes they call them UAPs too. You know, but you know, out there in Europe, they're calling them UAPs predominantly. And I will show wonders, because it's a wonder, you know, in the heavens. People are like, damn, what is that? You know, aliens? Hey, ET, phone home. You know, people are like, damn, what is that? You know, like someone give us an answer. And in the earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. Because yeah, you're seeing apparitions now. You know, remember on the news that, you know, people, they were seeing like apparitions, you know, like ghosts walking around. Because remember, the Lord's going to open up the spiritual realm. The demons are going to be walking around in packs, and they're going to be attacking people too. Remember, the angels and demons, they could walk through walls. So good luck, you know, when you try to hide under your bed and, you know, hey, lock the door, honey, you know, and, you know, try to put furniture against the door. The angels can go through portals. They can open up a portal right next to you. It don't matter if you're in an underground bunker and, you know, you have 25 foot thick walls, and you're hidden under titanium, and nah, that don't even matter. You know, the angel just walk right through that, like, hey, you know, what's good? You know, what's good? What's happening? You know, what's happening? Y'all must have forgot. Joel chapter 2 verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood. You remember the red blood moons? Those are all signs before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. See, there's that word terrible again. It's going to be a bad day. All right, Joel chapter 3 verse 1 through 21. We'll just get that whole chapter. There's a lot of meat here. I'm going to go through it quickly. You know, Lord willing, I'm not losing you guys here. All right, let's take let's just take a quick break real quick. You know, those of you that are following along, you know, if you have if you guys have a good cup of Joe right there, you know, you guys have a glass of wine, you know, a glass of tea, you know, oh, absolutely, you know, and this, let's take a little break here, you know, even you agents who are tuning in, let's just take a quick break, you know, whatever you have in front of you, whether it's a tea, a Gatorade, an energy drink, let's take a quick second to get a real quick drink real quick, you know, nice refresher. Okay. Alright, you guys ready? Alright. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1 through 21. For behold, in those days, in that time, I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Very important, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them for my people, for my heritage Israel. See, not the world, not Esau, and not the heathens, for Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. Very important, and parted my land. Because they're in the Lord's land right now. The Lord's saying that those are imposters, they're liars, they're small hats, whom they have scattered among the nations. That's why the true prophets are saying, you know, Israelites out there, you guys are going to look like so-called Caucasians, so-called Asians, you know, because we have been scattered among the nations. That's another scripture right there that proves to you. So you're going to have Israelites looking like all nations, so-called Chinese, so-called Caucasians, so-called East Indians, you know, calling upon the Lord, getting beamed into those ships, because you're good folks. You hear? See? Because we've been scattered. You know, we've been in slavery for thousands of years. Because we've been scattered among all the nations. So that's proof right there that this is not just a black thing. And that word black is just a color indicator that's very extremely disrespectful. You know, because no one's black. We're different shades of brown. Absolutely. There are some people who are pretty dark out there. But, you know, no one's really black. That's why I always use that example, like LeBron James. You know, next time you see, like, the playoffs, you see, you know, a so-called black man shooting a free throw, look at him. Because you may look at him like, oh, yeah, that dude's black. Look again. You're going to see that his hair and his eyebrows, that's black. But his skin will actually be, like, dark brown, you know? Take a quick second, because, right away, those of you that are ignorant, you're gonna be like, nah, that nigga's black. I don't care what you're talking about, What you talking about, Willis? Just, hey, relax, Just take a quick look. Just take a breath. Next time you see a so-called black man shooting a free throw, whether it's college or the NBA, take a second look. Remember, like in Lion King, he looks, he goes, I don't see nothing. He goes like, no. Look again. Look harder. It's like, take a second look, baby. You're going to see that his eyebrows and his hair is black, but his skin is actually dark brown. Yep, absolutely. Because the so-called white man, they gave us those names, proverbs and bywords. So-called white man, that word didn't come about to 1680s. Yep, absolutely. The 1680. You remember in the Greeks, even in the time of Romans, from all the Caesars to Domitian, the time of Alexander, to his 4 generals and all that, all the way down to, you had Ptolemy, the Ptolemaic dynasty, all the way to Antiochus Epiphanes. None of them did you ever hear them say, hey, these were so-called white people, No. So that word, so-called white people, it didn't come about to 1680, because nobody's white. You guys are the Edomites. Facts. Now there's a split, because us Israelites have been scattered among the nations, so there's so-called white people that are very good people, There's so-called white people out there, white children, so-called white women, and so-called white men that believe in the Lord, and they're going to be saved, absolutely. But they're Israelites, because the true Edomites, they truly worship Satan and Baphomet, and that's facts, That's just another refresher, and shout out to you, so-called, that you look like so-called Caucasians out there. That way you don't have your head down like, oh man, I'm not, I'm not worthy. Nah, bullcrap, keep your chin up. The Lord's, you guys are good people. It's just that we've been scattered, amongst all the nations for a long time. Absolutely. Look at that basketball player, Blake Griffin. All right, Blake Griffin, his, it's either or. Like, his mom is so-called black, or his mom is, I believe, so-called white, and his dad's so-called black. All right, and so now he married I believe it's a so-called white woman, but his children, Blake Griffin, that basketball player, his children look like a straight up so-called Caucasian, like a straight up so-called Edomite, but he's an Israelite, because Blake Griffin is an Israelite. See, he may be a little, he looks like a so-called white man with, like reddish hair, but just look at 2 generations. His children, his kids, look like straight up so-called white men, like straight up like so-called white people. See that? And that's just from a couple generations. Imagine us from thousands of generations. See? So that's why, you Israelites out there are gonna look like, we're gonna look like everybody. See, so this thing's not a color thing. So when they say, demonizes us and say, oh, black Hebrew Israelites, I'm not black, first of all. I'm a so-called Latino. Huh? So they say, oh, you black Hebrew Israelites. First of all, hey, no one's even black. We're different shades of brown. And there's people that preach in this thing that are in Australia. There's preachers in GMS that are in Europe, London, that look like straight up so-called Caucasians. Where you don't hear about them. See? Because this thing's not about color. It's your spirit. Joel chapter 3 verse 3 all the way down to the 21st verse. They have cast lots for my people. Here we go, because they remember, all you Edomites and heathens have bought and sold us into slavery at one point in time. They have Joel chapter 3 verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot. Yeah, child trafficking, sex trafficking, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Yay, and that's still going on today. In the black market, or whatever. That's really going on. It's for real. Look how many children go missing a year, especially over there around the Vatican, because they're straight up Satanists out there. They literally sacrifice and rape children. Facts. You may say, oh no, not that's a low blow. Oh hell no. Look it up. Those dudes. What's that? Pope Francis. That dude ain't fooling nobody. You bagel. Pope Francis, you're nothing but a bagel. Straight up. The Lord's not dealing with you. I know some of you that you're not well learned. You might be like, oh hell no, you're talking about the Pope? Like, no, that's way too far. It's for reals. All right, we're not out here just, oh hey, forget the Pope and hey, oh look at this fucking guy. Nah, this is serious. It's real. It's real. We're not over here just gonna hate like, we're just hating on them. No, we're not hating on nobody. We're just giving you the facts. 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 We're not over here just pointing fingers at people. No, this is real. It's real. They're Jesuits, Freemasons out there. They're straight into Satan and bafflement, 100%. If not, we would tell you. We tell, oh, you know what? They're all right. At least they're trying. No, they're not. They're complete hypocrites, 100%. If you say that, like, oh no, it's too far. Hey, then that's your opinion. But we're just giving you the facts. We're not just gonna, point them out and say, oh, this fucking guy. Look at him. Idolo. Look at this fucking guy. Nah. No, like it's for reals. We're not just gonna hate. Why would we just, point and just hate on somebody? I don't know him personally. I'm not gonna be like, hey, just look at this fucking, look at this fucking guy. Idolo. Look at. Like, no, we're not gonna hate and be mean to people. We're just gonna say like, this is real. This is facts. This is what they do. Just research how many children go missing in the Vatican. Facts. Check it out. We're not just pointing fingers like, hey, look at this shithead. Oh, look at this dumbass. Like, nah, Odoro rules. Nah, that's complete madness. All right, because we don't know these people personally. This is just the facts. That's coming in. Oh yeah. Plus the Vatican, that's the false prophet, and that's part of the 3 unclean spirits. Facts. The 3 unclean frogs. You have because the elites, they rule the whole world by three major resources. Washington D.C., because that's their gun, that's the military. If people don't want to comply, they'll send in, CIA, psychological psyops. They'll go overthrow people, set up their own puppets. The spiritual side, because they got people spiritually, they got the Vatican. And then, financially, London, the international banks. That's where the money's at, London. So by those 3 main resources that they have, they control the world and the majority of people. Fact, if you just nod your head and say, nah, that's BS, then that's on you, my man. Check it out. Check it out. Check out the facts. Because we're not out here just, oh yeah, these people are just wicked and believe us, don't believe them. Nah, this is the facts. Check it out yourself. If you say we're full of crap, then we're full of crap. That's your opinion. We're just giving you the facts, baby. However you feel about us, that's your opinion. And it's all good, baby. It's all good. Joel chapter 3, verse 4. We're going to go down to the 21st verse. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Because, see, you so-called Arabs, you Ishmaelites, you're going to get it too. Not just Esau. We get on Esau a lot, Esau. But you heathens, you guys are going to get your butts kicked too. Will you render me a recompense? Because you Arabs, so-called Arabs, you still doing that, with child trafficking, organ harvesting, all that. You guys raping children and all that. You guys work hand in hand with Esau. There's a lot of that crap going on. What do you think Ukraine's known for? A lot of you don't know that, but Ukraine's known in the black market. Ukraine is known for child trafficking. Facts. It's like the second or third most known place in the world for child trafficking. See, and I bet a lot of you didn't know that. What do you think? Why do you think the Lord's having Putin, smash on them? Facts, So before you guys judge and say, oh, poor Ukraine, you don't even know what they're known for. Yeah, of course, there's innocent people. There's innocent civilians. There's gonna be, what do you call that? Casualties. Of course. There's good people and children that are getting, they're bombing hospitals and stuff. But hey, the leaders of Ukraine, they have a dark side to them. They're known for child trafficking. They're like the second or third most place known for that in the world. How many of you guys knew that? See? So you guys gotta get the facts before you say, you see, okay, who's right and who's wrong. There's a lot of wickedness going on in this world. This is why the Lord's saying, that's it. I'm bringing down these heathen. Because it's out of control. It's out of control. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Right, so whatever you guys are doing, remember, add up that tab. The Lord's saying, go for it. You know, because you guys are going to have to pay for everything that you're doing. You know, go for it. You know, go for it, Rambo. Go for it. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temples, my goodly, pleasant things. So that took place when 70 AD under Titus, when the Roman soldiers sacked our temple in Jerusalem. You know, just look up the Arch of Titus. There's that arch over there in Paris, France. They show that in like a lot of Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. So that Arch of Titus shows when the Romans, the Edomites, underneath Titus, the Roman soldiers, they took down the southern kingdom. You know, our last king over there was Zedekiah, and they stole, you know, all of our treasures, all of our relics. So with that being said, they know who we are because they have all of our history. They have our treasure, you know, in these undergrounds. You know, they have those libraries. You know, Alexandria, you know, over there in Egypt, that area. So they have a lot of underground things. You know, they have all of our treasure. They have all of our history. They know how Yahushua looks like. They know this. You know, because in order to tell a lie, you gotta know the truth. And they know it because they're the ones who took us down. They're the ones who stole. Remember that? That's why. Just look up the Arch of Titus. You're gonna see a bunch of Edomites running with our jewelry. Facts. See? The children also of Judah. This is verse 6. Joel chapter 3, verse 6. We're gonna go all the way to the 21st verse. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem ye have sold unto the Grecians. See? Because you Edomites bought the southern and northern kingdom into slavery. Because we're slaves right now, ladies and gentlemen. Although you may not believe it, it's true. The bankers own everybody, lock, stock, and barrel. 100%. That ye may remove them far from their border. Because we're way over here in America. We're from Jerusalem. Look how far we are. See? Behold, I will raise them, you know. That's why when the so-called white man says, hey, go back to your country, you know. You ever have those of you Israelites out there, so-called black, Latino, Native American, Indian, you guys ever, you know, run at the park or, you know, wherever, at work, or go to the grocery store and you had a racist white person say, hey, go back to your country, you know, you bean her, or, you know, you wetback or something like that, or whatever, you know, or they call a so-called black person, you know, a nigga, stuff like that, and they say, hey, go back to your country. It's like, shit, well, you brought us here, you know, like, don't you remember? That's a stupid statement, you know, and they say, hey, go back to your country. It's like, shit, dummy, don't you remember you brought us here by ships? You know, we can't afford to go back. You know, it's too expensive. We barely got enough to survive. We're living check to check. The hell? You know? You ever heard that? You ever have a so-called white person tell you that? Hey, go back to your country? It's like, well, fucking take us back. Shit, you brought us. Remember the transatlantic slave trade, 1619? It's like, you brought us, dummy. Well, take us back. Go for it. Let's go, you know? What the hell? Don't tell us twice. Shit, you act like we want to be here. You brought us here by force. By cargo slave ships. SA? The hell? I'm sure. You know? It's all bad. Joel chapter 3 verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them. See? Because all you nations bought and sold us. And will return your recompense upon your own head. So there it is. You guys are going to slavery next. See? There it is. And I will sell, this is the Lord speaking, and this is verse 8. Joel chapter 3 verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, the southern kingdom. See, so the Lord's saying, alright, since you did that to my children, I'm going to do that to your children. And they shall send them to the Sabines, to a people far off. The Lord has spoken it. So it's going to go down, Claire. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. We're not just looking at you and saying, oh, you're going to slavery, like picking on you. No, it's going because it's what you've done. See? We're proving it right here. We're not just, oh, hey, so-called white man's a devil. Nah, man. You know? We're just saying, this is what you're doing. This is what the Lord's saying. Hey, you have a big tab. This is it, you know? I'm not saying we're far from perfect too, you know? Because, you know, we still sin, you know, but we're working on doing the best we can. But we're saying your tab, because you have the power to actually do things. We're out here just surviving. This is your kingdom, Esau. You're the one destroying animals, killing people, throwing chemtrails. The hell? Huh? And it's still the Israelites. We're still the problem. You're the one in charge. You're the manager. You're the manager of this bitch. Huh? This is your system, compadre. Huh? We pointing fingers. Íralo. Íralo. I can't believe this man. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Look at that. See that? So this is why, look at what's going on with Putin, North Korea, China, even the U.S., NATO. Everyone's getting ready for war. Wake up the mighty man. That's the Lord. Getting everybody ready for World War III, baby. Oh yeah. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Yeah, because not everybody, they're not afraid of big bad America no more. Yes, America is still very strong, extremely strong. But Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, they're strong too. See? Because now these heathens are like, hey, we got the same technology as you guys, so that's why when America can't just threaten them and say, hey, you better do this or else. That's why these other heathen nations like Russia, China, they're like, hey, run it. Fuck it, That's why China tells the US, hey, you want to come over here? We'll meet you in the sky. We'll meet you in the air. Run it. See? Because right now, America, they're not having good relationships with China, and they're saying that, oh yeah, China, the U.S. is not interested that they're not having China support right now. But it's like, yeah, because they already know, because they're just saying that, that way they can look like they're the strong guys. No, it's because China don't want nothing to do with the U.S. no more. See? But they're trying to play it off like, oh yeah, they're not concerned that, China's not backing them up and stuff. It's like, yeah, of course they're not concerned about China's opinion, because they already know that China is looking at you guys like you guys are full of shit. See that? So that's why, but, they control the narrative and like, oh yeah, America's not concerned if, China, is gonna have, the U.S. back and stuff like that. No, because they already know. Because they're of course they're not concerned. Why? Because the last time the leaders of China came over here, they looked at Biden like, you're through, like you're nothing. Remember that? The so-called Chinese leaders were disrespecting Biden like a mother trucker. So they already know. Beat your plow. Verse 11, Joel chapter 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves, come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened. This is why all the heathen, all you guys, all around the world are getting ready for war. And come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, that's the Saudi Arabia Peninsula, all that perimeter, all that area around there. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. How is he going to sit? Judge the heathen? Yahweh's going to send his son Yahushai down here. And Yahushai is going to fight all you guys at the same time. You know how you Edomites, even the left-hand side, you guys can't wait, to roll? Yahushai can't wait. He can't wait to fight you guys. He can't wait. Yahushai, he's young. Remember, he was 33 years old. He's a young man. Oh, he ain't all old like, okay, I gotta go tell him, like, I guess so. No, the Lord, he can't wait to stomp your goofy asses. Yahushai can't wait. Because remember what you did to his children? The Lord can't wait to fight you guys. And the Lord's gonna fight all of you at the same time. It's gonna be one heck of a show. But, all you heathens and Edomites say that you can beat them. Well, hey, the proof's in the pudding. You're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is, because the Lord, he heard you. And now he's like, well, run it, I'm coming. Get ready. Because the Lord's not just gonna rush you, he's giving you time. He's telling you that he's gonna come in the middle of World War III. So it's like, when a kid tries to fight his dad, and he's like, oh, you disrespectful little punk, So instead of like the dad just hitting him, he gives him time, like, oh, okay, you think you're bad now? All right, let's go to the backyard, or let's go to the street, put your dukes up, square up, get ready. So that's what the Lord's doing. He goes, oh, you want to fight me now? I created you, and now you want to fight me? The Lord's like, okay, fine. Gather your teams together, square up. And when I come back, you better be ready for that beatdown. Because like a righteous father would be like, oh, you want to fight me now? Let's go to the backyard. He won't just hit him like, No, a righteous father would be like, oh, all right, you want to fight me? fine, let's go to the backyard, you know. He'll let his son, like, all right, square up first, put your dukes up, all right, you ready now? Like, let's go, you know. That way it's a fair and square ass beating, you know. Facts. So that's what the Lord's doing to Esau. He's like, oh, you want to fight me now? Okay, fine. Take your time, get your team together, put up your retarded lasers and all that in space. And when I come back, I'm going to beat that ass. That's what the Lord's saying. Facts. Excuse my Italian. But we're just going to go straight raw today. The Spirit's hitting hard. Joel chapter 3, verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley Jehoshaphat. There will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right, by sending his son Yahushai to fight all you guys at the same time. He's that powerful. Yahushai is that awesome. Our Lord's that awesome, you guys. He's a man of war. You just watch. Hands down. It ain't going to be like, I don't know. It's going to be kind of close, Nah, it's going to be easy work. Yahushai he's that powerful. He's out there creating planets. You think he's going to be worried about some toys, some jets and tanks? Those are just toys to the 144 in the Lord. Are you kidding me? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. See, so it's time, it's time. It's time, you got to give me some time, You got to give me some time. Get you down, for the press is full. The fat overflow, for the wickedness is great. See, for the wickedness is great because, mostly everybody here is wicked. Of course, there's some righteous people out there, of course. But the majority of people are wicked. So that's why the Lord says, okay, that's it, That's it, no more, It's time. It's time, Joel chapter 3, verse 14. Multitudes. So a lot of people, a lot of soldiers, a lot of tanks from, Russia, China, NATO, North Korea, Iran, the United States, Africa, everywhere, Australia, multitudes in the valley of decisions, World War III, for the day of the Lord is near. It's right here, in the valley of decision. That's the battle Armageddon. Armageddon means Armageddon one. God means a troop, Gad. And then Madwan means a mountain, so it's a mountain of troops. So just picture like a big old mountain, but just, armies fighting one another, with tanks, jets, soldiers, ground soldiers, super soldiers, drones, whatever, helicopters, the works. Verse 15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Once again, they're not going to withdraw their light. They're not going to shut them off. It's just that there's going to be so much smoke that you're not going to be able to, see the stars and the sun and moon. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people. See that? Because what's our hope? In the Lord. See? That's our hope. That's our strength. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, going to that avatar state. Going to the gym, that's cool and stuff, but that's not our strength. Our strength is not carnal. That's the heathens and Edomites. That's their blessing. It's ultimately Esau's blessing, but it went down to the heathens. Our blessing is spiritual, the Lord, because the Lord and the angels, they fight our battles. You want to get into that avatar state. Because imagine the avatar, remember, if he were to lift weights and all that, you'd be like, okay, he's getting a little buff, that's cool, but he's still all right, But it's when he gets into that avatar state is when he's like, oh yeah. See, remember, it's like, that's not avatar, that's not yang no more. That's wrath, because that's where we want to be. That's our source. You want to be into the spiritual side. This is why it's very crucial that you call on Yahushai, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. You can't remember Yahweh's name, remember Yahushai's name. Very important, because that's our strength right there. The so-called white man, he's gonna go right to his rifle every time. Us, we go right to the scriptures. We go right to the Lord, because that's our strength. See that? The so-called white man, he knows it. That's why anyone gives him a problem, somebody wants to take his children, he goes to his rifle, he goes to his Smith & Wesson right away. And the so-called white man, they can shoot. And they're very accurate. You might say, how accurate? So accurate they can hit a gnat off a dog's ass. Facts. Esau can shoot. That's his blessing, baby. and the strength of the children of Israel. Verse 17. Joel chapter 3 verse 17, because that's our strength. See that? And the strength. Because, let's read that again at the bottom of the 16th verse. Alright, just kind of read over that. Let me get that again, break that down. It's very important, because that just was, that's just driving the point home, to let you know that that's our strength right there. See, I mean, yeah, the Lord says he doesn't frown upon, he doesn't forbid guns. He doesn't encourage them, but those that do have guns, it's not like the Lord's like, oh no, shame on you. It's just that he's saying that's not our strength. Because there may be times where, there's going to be war out here and you might need a gun. Because different people have different lots, because some people like me, I don't like guns. I don't have a single weapon, not even a baseball bat. I don't have nothing. I literally just have my Bible. That's it, and maybe a couple bottles of water. That's all I got. I'm out here with nothing, literally. Facts. Not even a baseball bat, not even a bulletproof vest, nothing, facts. Huh? Straight up, Oh yeah, absolutely. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 16. The Lord also shall war out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people, Israel, and the strength of Israel, and the strength of the children of Israel. Because what's our strength? The Lord, Yahushai. Verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall be no strangers pass through her any more. Verse 18. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Joel chapter 3 verse 19 down to the 21st verse. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be Esau, Dr. E. Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. See? Why? Let's keep reading. You say, well, why is Esau, man? That's messed up. Stop picking on Esau. The Lord's saying it. It's not just us. Just, hey, look at that dude. They're messed up. The Lord's saying it because what they did. Look, remember what they did to the so-called North American Indians. They shook treaties with us, and then when we went to sleep, they killed our wives, our children, our dads. Remember that? That's how the so-called white man got down. But you're like, oh no, have mercy on them. Hey man, look what they did to us. Most of you guys don't even know who you are, and it's like, oh, but it's all right, But if the Lord says, oh, forget the Africans, forget the Chinese, you guys are like, yeah, forget them. But once it's forget the so-called white man, you're guys like, hey, come on, hey, that's not right, See, because you're sticking up for your daddy. A lot of you, Esau's your daddy. Who's your daddy? Huh? Who's your daddy? Huh? Forget Esau, straight up. Because a lot of you, you're ashamed. You don't want Esau to look at you, he kind of gives you that look like, oh, are you going to admit that you're an Israelite? Heck yeah, I'm going to admit that I'm an Israelite, Don't be scared of him. Tell him, forget you, you raspberry. Huh? La tuya. Look what you did to our people. Facts, And you say, oh, that's not right. Feel sorry for them. In the meanwhile, they're planning to kill you. They're planning a martial law to starve you out, and you're still like, oh no, let's not be mad at them, And it's not so much like let's just shout at them and just like hate them. It's just that look what they've done. That's it, It's not like let's go out there and let's fight these dudes right now. Nah, it's just look what they've done. That's all we're saying. That's what the Lord's saying. Look at their history, Because at the same time, Esau's like, hey, that's not right. Feel bad for me, but at the same time, he's still planning martial law, executive orders, draconian laws, legislatives. He's planning to put you in a guillotine, and you're still saying, oh, no, he's not that bad. Oh, come on. Meanwhile, he's planning to kill you, and you're still like, oh, no, let's not talk about it. That's not right. See? See how retarded you sound? See? But go ahead, join them. Go for it, Go for it. Go for it. For the violence against the children of Judah, violence, because remember, they brought us over here by cargo slave ships. 1619, transatlantic slave trade. Remember that? So they say, hey, go back to your country. It's like, well, you brought us over here. Take us back. The hell, sucker? You know? That's a crazy statement. It's, oh, go back to your country. Why don't you go back to your country? He's like, well, fucking take us back. The hell? You know, you brought us over here by force. You know, we didn't come over here in a Disneyland cruise ship. We didn't come over here in a Carnival cruise ship. We came over here in a cargo slave ship. Do you remember? And then you're saying, oh, go back to your country. Shit, well, you brought us over here. Take us back then, you know? We can't afford to go back. You brought us over here by force. And then you had the nerve and audacity to say, go back. Well, fucking take us back. You brought us over here. The hell? You know? La tuya. Because they have shed innocent blood in their land. See? They have shed innocent blood. They killed millions and millions of our people. Facts. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. Verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord dwelleth in Zion. So the Lord is with Israel, not the world. Not you Edomites and heathens. Israel. So that concludes today's lesson on the Lord's in control. And those ICBMs are the Lord's missiles. So with that, stay strong. Stay prayed up on your feet, soldier. No excuses. Make the adjustments. Shalom.